Hello, all. It's your friend Anni here, and today I'm with my sweet friend Mandy from Texas here.
Hello.
And if you are new to my channel is super channel for all the caffeine addicts and all the other addicts also. You are always warmly welcome to this channel, and we will share you a lot of information about post-acute withdrawals and about addiction recovery. So that's what we are here to do. And today we are going to speak a little bit more about the tsunami wave, which can happen in this journey, like it did happen to us, and about the waves and windows and how it can feel if you have been feeling quite good for a while and then you will hit a wave and you will get symptoms back. We're going to speak about that. And then we also will give you a little bit our own updates. It's getting very close to 4 years for me. Actually, 18th of April, it will be my 4 years mark. And Mandy is 2 months behind me. So you are right on the corner too. So I'm excited.
Me
And
too.
welcome,
That's
Mandy.
very exciting. And I think we'll do a video on your anniversary, right?
Yes, we will do that a little bit later. So there will be more updates. But
Yay.
do you wanna start, Mandy? You are always very good about the starting the
Oh,
videos.
yay. Well, thank you. Yeah, so we're noticing more and more people are having their tsunami big wave, right? And
Mhm.
so we just wanted to, I think, we talk about the windows and waves, and we have talked about our tsunami wave. And I
Yes.
had said it in the Discord message that, but I, we really wanted to make a video is just so you can hear our voice. It's different when you read something compared to like when you see someone's face and you see their facial expressions and their voice and their energy that, we really care that it really is what it is, and explaining our, our experience with it. So yeah, and we're starting to see it. The people that are staying quit, even some people that maybe go back to other things are experiencing it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It seems more that if people are smoking weed or drinking alcohol through this recovery process, that they might not experience it the same. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I am noticing that people are not staying completely quit. We've made videos about that.
Yes.
But we are noticing that the people that are staying quit, like we have, are going through their tsunami waves somewhere around the 3 year mark.
Yeah. Around 3 year mark. It seems to happen for what we
Yeah.
have been seeing in this our journey.
Yeah. Yeah. Give or take a month or two or 3 or 4, somewhere between 2.5 and 3.5 years, we're seeing this tsunami, what we call this tsunami big wave, right? And what I experienced and what I'm seeing with other people, that what they're saying is that we all say it felt just like the beginning.
Yes.
So, and it's very scary, and it's very, it can be scary, right? Unless I mean, even going through it's awful, but going through it and then not having the understanding of what it is, I mean, just, yeah, it's, you're back at the doctors again. Um, when I say I mean as a whole, like but I was back at the doctor. I was scared. I did have people that were ahead of me. I had you.
Yeah.
I had people I had the support of saying that like this has to be normal. Then the people ahead said that like, yeah, I had that, but it still didn't feel like the reassurance helped me, but it still my duration seemed longer. It seemed like I had like, especially that first month, because when you're not feeling it, that first month felt like 2 months. I was counting it as 2 months when it was really
Yes.
only a month.
Yeah.
But it really did last for me. It lasted a good solid 4 months of extreme. And then for me. And then
Yeah.
it eased up a bit. But it was like another like 2 or 3 months of just kind of easing out of it every
Yeah.
month. But it was so extreme. And something else I've noticed on this journey and with other addiction recoveries and other post acute withdrawal experiences, that some people have more of that type of wave feeling that we experience, but they feel that, and we've talked about that before, they feel it the whole journey. And
Yes.
then boom, one day they're just better. They don't really
Yeah.
have the windows and waves. So that's
Yes.
important to talk about that for people.
Yeah.
So this is for people that are experiencing the tsunami type wave after they were feeling better. And everyone says that I've talked to, they're like, I wasn't 100%, but they were like
Yeah.
so much better. Like I
Yes.
was so much more functional. That's
Functional.
important to know too. It wasn't completely over. That's how you know. That's in my brain. I was like, oh, okay, that's why I'm going through this, because I wasn't 100%. You have to go through this to get through more of the process to get to 100%. So that helped me in my logic. Like, yeah, I was better. I was like, I remember I had taken my dad out to eat for Father's Day. That's that going into that summer. Um, I was, yeah, just fun. And I'm just using that as an example because I just want to show like I was functional.
Yeah.
Um, and then just what I said, and I see other people saying, I'm saying like boom, bam. Like I said, bam. It was like it was functional, and then bam, like it just freaking
Yeah.
just knocks you. It's like the rug is just taken up, pulled out from under your feet, and all these symptoms start coming back. And I kept saying it was just like the beginning so much. I was saying JL JLTB. Like when I would write to people, I would start capitalizing JLTB because I was like on repeat saying it's just like the beginning. It's just like the beginning. And
Yes.
the first
Yes.
4 months, 4, 5, 6 months. And when I look back, it wasn't just like the beginning. Like in some ways it was worse, in some ways it was a little bit better. It was weird.
Mhm. Yeah, same. That there was still a little windows in that tsunami wave too. And some people who are now maybe wondering that what this is all about, if you are not really like
Yeah.
familiar from the paths. So we are talking about the state when your brain and your nervous system are still doing rewiring after the acute withdrawals are over, after you quit the substance, like in this case, caffeine. So many people have these post-acute withdrawals where you still have a lot of symptoms. Even it can be sometimes easier than sometimes it can be harder. So this is the state about the post-acute withdrawals. That is the
Yes.
name. And
Thank
that
you.
can seem like that sometimes you have really good moment, you feel that you almost feel recovered, or you just have good energy, your brain works really well. And then you have moments that you are completely like mess, like you feel that your anxiety is up the roof, you cannot function, you cannot read, you cannot it feels that you are almost like unfunctional. And for us this big wave was really much like in the beginning, in that sense that we never had experienced that, or only in the beginning. And that's why it came out of the blue, like you said, boom. Everybody says always like it was like boom. And for me it was also like the boom, because I wasn't recovered, but I was functional. I already did make some plans. And last March when it did hit me, I actually in that summer, last summer I had to cancel all my plans. That's how bad I was. Even I was doing videos with you, um, but I have been doing videos even going through this hell. But like I wasn't in functional in any way in that sense that I would hope to be. Like it was really bad, the anxiety. And we have been now seen, and that seems to happen. That is normal. It's not that because I didn't take anything. That wasn't in my case. I didn't take anything, not any supplements, not any other drugs, nothing. It just came. The anxiety came
Yeah.
back. And that's what we are
Yeah.
talking about here.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. So specifically, I guess we wanted to make this video because we know someone who has gone through or most likely in their tsunami wave,
Mhm.
or they're just having some symptoms come back. And it's not a tsunami wave. I don't know, but it just inspired we wanted to make it. And yeah, so I didn't start off. It's like I'm in my head going, doesn't everybody know what I'm talking about? But it's
Yeah.
specifically for like a few people that are actually going through it right now. And I think it's important. But like I said in my message yesterday, I get it. Like if like because we have made videos about this before, and
Mhm.
if someone's on this journey, they're not going to understand what we're talking about if
Yeah.
they haven't experienced it. Because I remember for you, Ani, when I was going through mine, it was hard for you to relate because you hadn't been
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah,
We thought it
I was
was
like, even I was like, maybe now something else is going on, and I was trying to support you, but I was like, of course, because I didn't know. And
scared.
then when
Yeah.
it hit me, I was, thank God you did have that. Even it's not like, because you really had before me, because like you said, it can be around 3 years. For you, it was like 27 months, if am I right? And
Hmm.
for me, it was 35. We know one that it was like 3 years, 4 months. Some people we know that it was around just about three. So I get that information from you and the reassurance from you. But even I did also, like you did have reassurance from the Cato, but for me it was still hard. I was still like, you're gonna just start doubting, because you are like, man, 3 years, man, I shouldn't feel like this. It's not.
Hmm.
But this is how the recovery process for some of us goes.
For some
Like,
of us. Yeah. And see what's interesting at that time, I did not speak with Cato. I had
oh, yeah, yeah, you
I
didn't.
had messaged him. So I found his videos when I was around. I had just come out of my big, in the beginning, I was like 5 months, and I found his videos, and I was just like, because I kept searching for caffeine stuff. I was so confused in the beginning. I kept searching videos. I couldn't find anything. And I guess I typed in, because we're in such a fog. I mean, I
Yeah,
was so clueless about caffeine at that time. I feel
yes.
like I'm a caffeine brain scientist now.
Yes.
But back then, I didn't even know caffeine was caffeine. Like I was just, and I say this all the time, I was the most clueless person at the time about caffeine and withdrawals and rewiring and post-acute withdrawal and how it's not really withdrawals anymore. It's just the brain body rewiring. I was just so confused and just confused about anxiety, and that there's symptoms, just the symptoms of the body, the way the body's reacting. And um, I think I think I found his videos first, then I found the Quitting Caffeine group. But so I was around 5 months. So I searched I just searched caffeine and anxiety, I think, or something, and his video popped up.
Yeah.
So I watched all his videos that he had at the time. I think he has like 7 more since then, because that was December of 2020. And then somehow I found his information. I texted him. No, I messaged him. And then he said I sent him a really nice message about, everything. And something resonated with him in my message. And he said I could reach out to him. And we talked for I called him, we talked for like an hour and a half, found out that we live very close. Never, still to this day, never even see, we've talked on phone, but I have never seen his face. We've never talked on FaceTime.
Hmm.
We've never met in person, but he's just such a huge part of this journey, just at the last ends of it, because as
Yeah.
you do become 3 4 years, I still have stuff that I'm going through, like now that I'm more out and about in the world, just stuff about navigating through life stuff, just life lesson kind of stuff. So he's really good about helping me with that. But
Yeah, little
I
interruption. This, we have only like 40 minutes time, so this says that our meeting will end after 10 minutes. So we really
Oh
have to
yeah.
put this video like, but then we can do more. But yeah,
Yeah,
go
we
ahead.
can add more to this
Yeah.
topic if you want.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, I see that time
Yeah.
counting down.
Yeah.
So we talked, I explained everything to him. I didn't talk to him for until after. It was so interesting because it was still after my big wave. I was so lost because I would message him like every 3 4 months. And I started noticing, okay, every 3 4 months, that's when I would have a wave. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying a tsunami wave, but a wave. And that's something I want to talk about how that did play out for me.
Yeah.
But it was something like after my wave, because I did message him one time and he said, this is normal. And I was like, really? Okay. And then for some reason it clicked. It's like my brain came to because I was in such a fog that I was like, he did tell me that time 2.5 years ago, whatever, that I could call him whenever I wanted, but I just never did. I would always message him like, oh, every 3, 4 months, like, oh, I'm going through this, or oh, I'm doing better with this. And he would just say, like, oh, great, it's part of the journey, da da da, you're good. He would just, that was like our way of corresponding. And then it was just like, I just woke up. Oh my God, I can message him. And so I messaged, I said, can we talk? And he said, yeah. And then, but that was pretty much after I was coming out of it. But we started talking, he started reassuring me that it was part of it. And I was just like, really? I mean, I was just lost.
Yeah.
And, but so how it went, and I think this is how it goes for a lot of people. So I had, the beginning, and then every 3, 4 months, I would go into some type of little way, like healing wave. It wasn't too crazy, but it was not fun either. And I'd
Yeah.
come out upgraded. And I just thought, and I've said this in other videos, but I just want to say it again because it's so important. I just thought that that's how it kept going. It just kept, little bitty waves here and there for about a month and a half, and then come out and then be upgraded. And then that's just how it goes until we're done with this. But
Hmm.
then when that bam happened, boom happened, it just, yeah, I was
Yeah.
scared. I was doctor's appointments. You just can't believe it until it starts happening to you, until you start getting the insomnia, you lose your appetite. I mean, I had every symptom come back. If you just have, if
Yeah. Same
someone's just
symptoms
having
than beginning started coming back. Like I had panic attacks. I had a lot of DPDR. I was out of the balance. My balance was off. My vision was off.
balance,
I couldn't like didn't couldn't drive. I couldn't
the
leave the house
depression.
some days. Not every day, but the depression. Yeah, depression, heavy depression, anhedonia. I was scared to go to the sleep. Like those symptoms came back. Of course, we were frustrated. Of course, we were like
Yeah, and scared and not
scared.
understanding because it's like, there's no way. Yeah, you start thinking there's
Mhm.
something else, started going to the doctor, got my heart checked because I was having a lot of heart palpitations. The depression, the anhedonia was so bad. Um, but yeah, it was interesting because like I would have the depression seemed to be like, but yeah, I had one panic attack in the beginning of it, and that's when it kind of all started. But like the insomnia was really, really bad for like 7 days. But then it went away. Like I didn't have insomnia the whole 3 months.
Yes.
And then, but I would have trouble falling. Like I would be scared to fall asleep though, because I was afraid something was going to happen to me in my sleep. It was awful. Oh, it's so bad. Um, and then I had loss of appetite for like a week, but then
Yeah.
that went away. So like insomnia and loss of appetite were just like a full straight 7 days. But I did have what I call teeter totter days, where one day I would go like that. It's like one day's okay, and then one day's
Yeah.
terrible, and then one
Little
day's
bit.
kind of lifts. I had that a lot. That was really weird because I was
Insomnia
staying
for
with
me
my,
was all over the place. It was all over the place. It was like really, really bad. Like the
yeah,
insomnia
yeah,
all the time. Now, after that wave, when it started to ease, I still had it. Like I can wake up but it wasn't like terror, waking up terror or night terrors or scared. It's not anymore like that. If I wake up, I just wake up and go to pee and back to the sleep.
yeah,
But then
yeah,
it was like just like the beginning. Then,
yeah. You're so hyper aware. Everything's so heightened. I'd
mm,
wake up in the morning with the deepest, deepest depression. It was really
yes,
bad in the mornings. Oh, it was
really
just like,
heavy anhedonia, like very flat.
yeah,
You don't like you only know if you feel it like when you just wake up feeling like totally flat.
totally flat, totally void. It's almost like you're soulless. And it feels very chemical depression,
Yes.
not like situational. It's just very like in your body, just like, And then so I was at my mom's a lot because I couldn't stay here. I just felt I needed safety. I wanted to go to the hospital. I wanted to stay in a hospital bed
Mhm.
so they could like monitor my. I wanted to go to the hospital so bad. I wanted to go to a rehab center, or not a rehab center, but I just wanted to go somewhere to feel safe.
Yeah.
So I went to my mom's for like 2 weeks at a time. And I was having those teeter totter days, and my mom was seeing it. She's like seeing the difference of how I was on a day that I was better and on a day that I didn't feel so good. It's almost like no one can believe it. They're like watching me like, are you faking this? Like, because it's just so weird to see that type of behavior and
Yes.
that type of suffering. And it was really hard for her. Like I'd wake up with that depression and be like, Mom, I just, and she would just sit on the edge of the bed and like confused and like, this is just so awful. There has to be something to do. She was confused. I was
Of
confused. So yeah,
course. Of course.
I get it. I lived it. I know how weird this can be, but it lifted. And the one thing that I would say to myself was, because I kept saying this was just like the beginning,
Yeah.
I would say if I got through the beginning, I'm going to get through this too. If this is
Yes.
just like the beginning and I got through the beginning, I'm going to get through this too. And I did.
Yeah, and
We
this
all
is the
did.
main message before. Like we have 3 minutes, 11 seconds left, but this video we're gonna do more. But for this tsunami wave, if you have this or you have now a lot of symptoms, hard time, those will pass. It
Yes,
really goes like, I promise you, it's not gonna last. Like that's how
exactly.
we trust this process so much because we have been already seeing the pattern, how this goes for many of us who fall off the mountain with this truck. So you will get well with time.
Exactly. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. It did not last for me. It did not last for you. I don't know anyone whose wave lasts longer than extreme that has the waves. If some people
Yeah.
have it the whole time, but
Yes.
if you have the wave and you hit a tsunami wave, it just doesn't last past 4 months. Now it
Mm.
fades out and it's slow, but it's extreme for me for 4 months. It's just, I just
Yes.
know with confidence it doesn't, if this is what you have and this is what you're going through, it does not last. And it seems awful in the moment, but, and the symptoms are awful. And you just got to get through the days,
Yes. And
but
even if
it
you would
ends.
have the hell all the time, like so people say that
Yeah.
I'm in the constant wave, 2 years have been. So just remember that's not gonna last forever. It's
Right.
just some reason for some people it's more intense. The process goes for many women, it goes maybe a little bit more windows and waves because of our periods. That can be
Yeah.
one reason why us women's have a little bit different, but some men
Yeah.
too have windows and waves. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but we're gonna do another video support video for you all, and just keep going because you are not alone like anymore. It's not like there is now support. We are in these videos. You can watch these all over again and just have the reassurance that you will get better and
Yes.
better than better. You will get happy, really happy.
Yes. Yes. Better than just functional. Yeah.
So see you guys in our next videos. And thank you so much, Mandy, for sharing
Thank
this
you.
stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Bye.